Hi, everybody. It's Diane. I am doing a voiceover today. I don't really remember why. I think there was just activity in my house, and I didn't feel like being mean and telling everyone they had to be quiet. So I'm voicing over today. That main image there with the ripped bottom is out of an old McCall's Needlework magazine, and it was ripped, and I didn't rip it accidentally pulling it out or something. But I kept the bottom, and I will glue it in like that. I think actually it's a little interesting. So if you can't tell, I'm going to be doing a sewing type, women's fashion type layout. It's in the big MGM altered book. These women now I'm pulling out are off old patterns I had cut out, you know, over the last few years, and these are ones I just never used. The white dress on the left, and then the two women on the right, that is the same pattern, you can probably tell. I have not come across old patterns in a long time. Yeah, I don't know. Since the 2020 business, I had two thrift stores in town. One shut down during 2020. The other one is horribly lame. Garage sales around my area stink. There aren't too many. Yeah, I guess I actually have to buy them on Etsy or something. But anyway, that piece at the top is part of that same pattern of that striped dress. And this is scrapbook paper here, the brown. It's supposed to look like pattern tissue stuff. All the markings are foil. They're like a silver. So I'm cutting a part of that. And basically, I'm just filling in with sewing related stuff. This is more scrapbook paper. I wind up taking these scissors here that are right there. And I do cut them out better than I do right now. I'm just sort of rough cutting to get them off that paper. And I think the women I chose, those pattern girls, I did choose for the colors. Makes sense, right? Okay, we got the scissors. So what's going on in your neck of the woods? I don't know that I have a whole lot to talk about to fill up gaps here. I'll have to think of some interesting topic. This paper here is just flashcards my husband made up for the Etsy shop, and I printed out a page, for myself. Well, we finally have warm weather the last couple days. I have all my windows open. So yeah, we're starting to get into the neighbors, lawnmowers, whatever noises now. I hope we don't hear that with this session. So I'm taking another flashcard. I think I put that on the left. Yeah. So basically now I'm trying to fill in the gaps that are left, the negative space there. Yeah, this collage ends up being pretty busy. I think it's good. It's all unified, but I end up using a lot of stuff. This is more scrapbook paper. Actually, that's pretty old. Kind of cool, huh? Okay, what does she do next? I don't remember now. Oh, that battered up envelope is full of pattern cutoffs, numbers, a few like bias tape wrappers and that kind of thing. It's little pieces of actual sewing ephemera. So I picked some things out of there to kind of add, fill in. Nope, too light. Yeah, you're right, Diane. That's a good color. I think sewing journals and whatnot are pretty good candidates. You can usually find a lot of ephemera for that. The patterns, the magazines, the old notions. It's usually stuff you can find at thrift stores and flea markets and that kind of thing. If you have them in your area, which I really don't anymore. So I'm taking another button card. I use that too. And that file folder on the right is just there so we don't have to look at a busy picture and text and stuff and get distracted. I think I take the number here, yeah. I love the prices on these. 65 cents. You tell me what you can buy for 65 cents today. I can even buy a pack of gum. I don't know. I like how the sizes have changed too. Okay, what does she do now? All right, she paused and glued. So I think everything you see there, on the page is glued down. I put a little pattern tissue under the girl with the white and black dress and a little text stuff I filled in on the upper right behind that woman in the maroon type pattern dress. These things that I'm placing now are rubber stamping on pattern tissue. I just thought that would be easier than possibly messing up on the actual piece. And we have scrapbook paper flowers and some little sewn snippets. I don't even know what you want to call it. Just little pieces of fabric with stitching because I didn't want to actually try to sew this big hunky book on my machine. Forget it. And as you can see, this must be the next day. I have a different shirt on. So I'm just trying to place, the stuff around these little pieces. I just sort of sewed with, little snippets I had. I didn't plan it out ahead of time. Why do that? I think one of them I don't use, but I end up using a couple. And then I believe I bore everybody and glue all this stuff down. So what are we going to talk about? Well, let's talk about that corner that's ripped on that middle image there. I think that's kind of cool. You could have left it off. It would have been fine. But as long as I had it, I think it's a little interesting. So yes, I do bore everybody in glue here. Oh, I don't know. What is there to talk about? I already mentioned the weather. Um, I did pretty much stick with color on this, which I do a lot. I don't know, that just makes sense to my brain, I guess. It just, matches, right? So why wouldn't you use it? So I'm gluing one of these snippets down. Actually, glue sticks work pretty well on fabric too, but as you can see, I'm using the tacky glue. So that blends in with that color of the original magazine image there very well. Kind of neat. And Miss Perfect is trying to get it glued down really, really well, like it's going to come off with all that glue, right? And I double checked to make sure I was doing the right side. I almost forgot I had those stamps until the last minute. I hardly ever use them, and for some reason, I'm glad I did think of them. Although that said, I don't know if you could tell by like the curly thread, and there's a little design on the thimble. It's a little cutesy, whimsical. There are a few stamps that came with that said that I don't really use. They're a little too cutesy for me, but those are okay. And then that did lead to, I totally forgot, they're supposed to look like pattern models. rubber stamps, and I'm going to use those in the following video. So I'm glad I thought of those because it led to those other stamps. I hardly ever use those either. Okay, let's discuss rubber stamp. Well, they're not rubber stamps. Those are acrylic stamps. And I had another set, had nothing to do with the sewing set. And I went to retrieve one. I have several different boxes, like, sewing, postmarks, miscellaneous, flowers. So this was kind of miscellaneous. And I went to get them, and they were like all gummy and gooey and melty. And it was so gross and disgusting. Naturally, I had to throw them out. They were even like literally like melting, like pulling apart. And then there were a couple in there that had gotten really hard. Like they were really stiff. I don't think you could have used those either. So, my question to everybody, has that ever happened to you guys? And I looked it up and did a little research, like, what in the world? Apparently, what I was finding, different acrylic stamps have different chemical components. And if you have, set A by set B, they can react. So it's like, how come nobody tells you this? And I even read one, it was, just some woman had made a comment on some blog or something about acrylic stamps and said she just considers them temporary. And it's like, well, heck, they're not that cheap. So I was really surprised at that. I had no idea about that. I didn't know. So, yeah. So I did take all my stupid acrylic stamps and tried to separate them from what I knew were, certain sets. So hopefully I won't have that problem again. But yeah, that was really weird. It's kind of icky. Not to mention, I had to throw a lot of that out. And actually, the one set was not that old. I mean, it was probably 3, 4 years old, maybe, but it's not like I've had it for 10 years, so I don't know. Anyway, if you've ever had an icky acrylic stamping experience, let me know. So I'm just holding it up so I can get a good look at it. And right there where I'm pointing, I decide I need something. So I go back to the envelope. No, trying to find something small, too big. I want to say that might be the last bit I put down. I'm not sure. I know I trimmed this up a little bit. It's a little large. Oh, I did move the scissors. I don't know if you noticed that. I did move them over a bit and put them in the opposite direction I originally had. Okay, come on, get it glued down. That's pretty old. You can see the burn on that paper. Okay, just gonna hold it up one more time. I don't remember if this is it or not. Oh no, we decide we need more flowers. Yeah, I think down in the lower left with that green number, I think I decided it's a little plain there. So I'm deciding which flower to cut out. As you can see, they are different sizes. Oh good, now you can watch me fussy cut. Let's see, I told you about the icky stamps. What else can we talk about? I don't know. That was an eye opener though. It was funny when I was looking it up. I didn't even know what to say. Acrylic stamps are gooey. I finally found somebody said melting. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, they should tell you that on the package. Do not put by any other acrylic stamps. You'll be sorry. Okay, we're almost done with this flower there. And I think that's it. So yeah, this is busy, but I think it's all I, related, joined. I like it. Well, I hope so, Diane. You went to all the trouble to make it. Yeah, this big book is, when you make inchies and twinchies and stuff like that, and then you do this too, this is a lot of gluing and stuff. Okay, folks, I think I'm showing it off. I think I'm done. You can hardly see it all in the one frame. It's so big. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Have a good day.